What's up? This is Jordan Gray from Half Lit and DopelivenTV.
Hey, this your boy Don Ritchie representing the Midwest 219 Stand Up.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Lamar Tate.
This is your girl, Monifa.
Hey, what up, what up, what up? It's your man Dave Hollister from Blackstreet.
You know what this is right here. This Trigger Trench in the building.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is your boy, Jason Weaver. And whenever I'm back home in the Chi, I'm checking out Dope Living TV.
Hey, it's your girl, Adina Howard, and you're watching Dope Living TV, live with Greg Gray and the crew.
All right, we cool, right? We cool. Ain't no storms, no earthquakes, none of that stuff, right? We cool, right? We cool. All right, cool. What's up? It's your boy Greg Gray, Dope Living TV. What is that shadow behind me? Dope Living TV Live. Look, the views that are expressed on this Dope Living TV Live are not necessarily the views of Dope Living TV or its affiliates. I'm gonna get rid of that thing while we bring the rest of the people on, okay? Let's see what's up.
Ooh, you got the ghost of Mrs. Mirror.
Girl, you old. Whoa, out, man. All right. Shout out to my girl.
I did just tell my age.
Amina Chandler, Brenda Blakemore. Appreciate you guys. What's going on, Mo?
Hey, what's going on, y'all?
Hey, Mo.
Hey.
And she's reached infamous status now. It's the infamous Marcella.
Okay,
Marcella. Notorious Marcella A.
Notorious.
Infamous.
Famous.
Those are cookies, Marcella. You don't want any cookies. So yesterday, man, we were.
Excuse me.
Lord have mercy. Here we go.
Who is that behind you?
That's my brother. When I told y'all about it.
Yeah, that's that other one on your shoulder.
When I told y'all about it. Watch yourself.
Hey, Brenda. Mina.
Watch yourself. Hold on.
Now.
That's the best I can do for right now. So we're gonna leave it at that. No, we ain't gonna leave it at that. Anyway, while we doing this, okay. Welcome to the show. What's gonna have to happen is I'm gonna have to change hats. Welcome to the show. Yesterday, like I said, we were trying to do a show, and the weather wouldn't let Gina stay on with us, so we decided to end the show a little early for all the Gary people.
Gary Joy.
And we're back.
It was a mess. It was a mess. Hey, Angie, Byron.
Minute.
Anybody get any damage?
Anybody
get any damage?
No damage. No.
Just a lot of wind and a lot of rain.
Amina. This got to be Amina. Facebook cues. I don't know why.
It is Amina.
But that's Byron right there. Greetings, impressive black folks here. Yeah. And my love. Hey, y'all. Welcome back, y'all. Glad you're back, Gina.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was crazy. She was talking and she said froze and everything went black. You should have seen that picture.
And she just finished saying, she said, "Oh, it's not looking good here."
Yeah,
we're like,
everything, all the lights went out. He was in the dark. The last picture we saw, you was in the dark. You was sitting up there straight, and I thought you was still alive. And I said, "Well, she ain't got no power," and it was just you just froze.
You know what happened? It was for real. So she really wanted to get off the show early anyway.
Wow, I got them kind of powers.
She wanted to get off early because she wanted to hang with your boy. You know what I'm saying? She wanted to hang out with your boy. All right.
Oh my goodness, that little boy right there, that little boy.
Be glad I ain't got that James Brown picture. All right. But anyway, welcome to the show, everybody. We're gonna have a great time tonight. We're gonna continue these questions, these situations, the relationship situations.
Man, what happened to your picture?
Guys, we want you guys to come in and hang out with us. You know, we can't get everybody on at the same time. Megan says, "Hey,
Hey,
y'all,
Megan.
Hey, Megan.
him for a second.
Okay, all right.
She gonna do.
You probably got them ribs and everything from Gina for leftovers. It's all good. It's all good. You know, I wouldn't. We ain't gonna go there. We ain't gonna even like that. But where is it at? Where is it at? We want everybody to come through and hang out with us. So give us a call, 865-304-9588. We can only take one person at a time. And you know what? I just messed up because I don't even have a phone with me.
So we might need to take that off.
No. I mean, I got it with me, but it's not with me right here handy.
Okay.
I'm gonna step out and get it though. Megan over here laughing. Okay, don't be laughing. But look, while I go get the phone, let me throw that first question out here. Okay, and it's just a simple question, but I want you to elaborate on it. Do opposites attract? Do they really attract? Do opposites really attract? I'll be right back. Y'all go ahead.
Gina.
Yes, they definitely attract. Yeah, they do attract. Now, it's difficult because there's so many differences.
Yeah, but when they finally hook up, they hook up.
You know, I think they complement each other.
That's what I mean.
Because I really do believe that they complement each other. Yes, there are a lot of differences, but that's what makes the relationship interesting. Because you're so much alike. You know, it seems like it just.
But when you so much not alike, then there's differences on which restaurant should we go to. Well, I want this, I want to eat that, and I want that. Well, I want a blue car and I want a red car. And sometimes it can be difficult.
Yes, I do believe it can be difficult as well, but I think it complements you complement each other, and also that's a way that you learn new things, and you never know whether you like that certain things or not until you try them as well. So it can be good and it can be bad as well.
Yeah, it can clash to a point where you just have to realize it doesn't work.
Yeah. Okay, here's my thing on opposites attracting. All right, I don't think I think it would become monotonous if everybody was the same. You know, you do what I do, we do what we do. You know, and this and that. Okay, we always doing the same thing. So opposites do attract, as far as I'm concerned, because you need that lack of balance in order to make make it interesting. So you might go off and do, like, say I was a basketball player. All right. Okay. Now say I was on television. Okay. I do television show and you're a nurse. Okay. We got something different to talk about it when we come back to the table at home. We got something different to talk about. So then maybe you might have a nurse's ball. I'll have to go with you to the nurse's ball, and you might have to go with me to the Academy Awards or something like that. I mean, it's the differences that really make a relationship.
But I think it all depends on what the differences are. If it's a totally different lifestyle, beliefs, I think that clash will eventually end in a split.
Not necessarily.
Because think about it. Say you're a homebody and that person's a club goer, or they like to go out all the time, or they like to be on the move.
Did you say a club whore?
Oh, club goer. Goer with a G. Gore. Clubber. Okay, let's change that word.
That's love life.
Eventually, the person who's a homebody, they're gonna feel like that, you know, they don't want to be in that kind of relationship.
But you know what? When you're in relationships, you give and take, and there's some type of compromise. So it can be, whereas, okay, maybe I'll go to the club sometimes with you, or maybe I'll, be at home, or then then that's when trust comes in as well. Whereas, okay, it can go either way, but I do believe that they can complement each other, and there are different things that you can learn that you might end up liking.
Exactly. Byron says, seeing that I'm naturally wonderful, I would not want the opposite of that.
Oh, Byron.
He has a point, though. You know, Angie says, yes, Marcella. He has a point, even though it's a funny point. If you're great, the opposite of great is what? Terrible. All right. You really don't want nobody terrible coming into your life, upsetting that balance, as Angie said. Megan says, and she's not Jeff, Things that really matter to you and can be a deal breaker may be better if those things are in common. Yeah, makes plenty of sense. I like that. I like that. Y'all coming in on this one, okay? Yes, sir. Opposites attract. I mean, I guess at the end of the day, you love who you love. You know, whether they have a bad boy or a good girl, because that happens a lot. But you love who you love, and sometimes that good girl can change the bad guy or kind of dull that bad boy image, and you guys come together and make it good. I like that. I'm just saying, that's just me. So let's go on the other side of the spectrum. Why do people waste their time, especially women, waste their time on toxic relationships?
Because they're expecting a change.
So
Most
And
of
like
them
you,
are. Most
he
of them
just
are.
said it though. He
Right,
just
that's what
said
I'm
it.
gonna say. Yeah.
You just said it. Maybe they feel like they can dull that bad boy behavior or that negative behavior,
Yeah.
and maybe not so much as changing a person, but kind of calming them down.
Yeah. Bring in yeah.
So you get to a level of just tolerating.
I wouldn't even say tolerating. I mean, if it's love, you try to make things work because everybody's different and everybody has their quirks. That's my saying. We just in a relationship, you decide who mess you want to deal with.
I
But
mean,
you know what? A quirk and a toxic person, a quirky person and a toxic person are completely different, two different things. To me, with a toxic person, someone that spreads negativity around and just a negative like type of person. If you're toxic, and so it doesn't matter if I'm in a relationship with you, you can be toxic because if a person is toxic on their job, they're toxic. In the community, in the neighborhood, they're toxic. In a loving relationship, they're toxic. In their family, that's a toxic person.
Well, what do you consider toxic though?
Yeah,
Is
I was
it,
gonna
is
say.
it,
someone that's
is it
Now I got a definition from Google. A toxic relationship is one that makes you feel unsupported, misunderstood, demeaned, or attacked. On a basic level, any relationship that makes you feel worse rather than better can become toxic over time. Toxic relationships can exist in just about any context, from the playground to the boardroom to the bedroom. That's what they say is a toxic relationship. And I think people need to understand their level of what is the word, toxicity.
yeah.
How much can they take? If you're being demeaned or unsupported or misunderstood, how long are you going to sit there and let that continue to go? Because somebody said this the other day about how many times does someone have to say you're sorry until you're sorry?
Wow.
No, somebody said. I mean, and I'm looking on here too. It says, "What are the signs of a toxic relationship?" And it varies for everybody, but here's a few of them: a lack of support. Healthy relationships are based on a mutual desire to see the other succeed in all areas of life. Envy or jealousy of each other's careers or how they're progressing or not progressing. Controlling behaviors, resentment, dishonesty, patterns of disrespect, negative financial behaviors. So if you have, I mean, I think that's an important one. Amina says, Greg, that definition is absolutely correct. Hey, before we go on, we love Amina. Amina's doing some great things out there. I need everybody to support what she's doing. She's got this great thing. I'm gonna show this again, and I'll read it again too. Dear family and friends, the wait is over. Amina's Beauty College will be opening this summer, fall 2022. All right, she's fine. She got but we need to support those that are doing some great things. All right, this is a great person. She has a great personality. She is a great teacher. Please, please, please. I'm gonna try to get this up, the link up there. So you guys just go in there, click it, support her. All right, just support her. Please do that. All right, Amina, we love you. Most definitely. She says, I know someone that's married. I'm sorry, that's been married. She says, oh, I'm sorry. She knows someone that's married and her husband leaves her every month for 7 years. Now that's toxic.
Every month for
Wait a minute,
7 years.
hold on.
He
Every
leaves.
month was. Wait.
Well, he leaves a month. It's been 7 years that they're married. Okay. And he leaves every month. You know.
For the
goes-
7 years they've been married. Okay, because I was confused.
Yeah, I was like, that's one of those twist question statements or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, it don't mix words.
Mm-hmm.
But
you know what, guys? Do toxic people realize that they are toxic?
Good question. That's a good.
Not
question.
if you are enabling them. I don't think so. If you're I truly believe that if you're enabling that person, they don't really realize that they're toxic. I don't think
That's true.
I just think it's
even not enabling them. Okay, that's a good question, Gina. Do they realize? Because they're going through person after person after person. Okay, there got to be some reason why you're not staying in a solid relationship. All right, they realize that they're toxic.
Being an enabler does. I mean, you think about this. You have some women that hang around for years with the same guy. Know he might, do a little smoke, drinking too much. Knows what he's doing and not taking care of business with the family and stuff. Knows it, and they just hang and just hope and pray that this dude changes.
Mm-hmm. Maybe I can love him to life.
Yeah, love him to give up that whatever he's got.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it might be.
I get it, but again, and maybe you can add an addendum to the question: how long do you have to wait for somebody to show a different attitude, a different?
You'd be surprised how many women are waiting. You'll be surprised.
And we can switch that because it's not all just the men are toxic. There are toxic women out there.
Oh,
the women have gotten to the point now where like, hey, men been doing it for this long. Why can't we do it as well? So that goes pretty much everything we talk about can be flipped for men or women, but it just depends, I would say, on the person, because some feel, sometimes when you're in a toxic relationship, the other person can start feeling having low self-esteem. Well, maybe this is all I can get. Well, maybe I don't deserve anything better. So they stay in there for low self-esteem or, for whatever reason. Maybe they're being taken as well. I don't know. I haven't been in one of those relationships, but I don't get it. I don't get it.
That's an excellent question. I don't think it can.
That's a good one.
It can properly be answered.
There's so many sides to it. I mean,
yeah. Angie says, not long for her. No change behavior. She's not staying.
Mm.
Absolutely, I feel you on that. Sometimes you got to be told. The toxic person has to be told if they're willing to listen that they're toxic. In order to change, maybe they're going along, and you may have said things here and there, okay, but you never notice it. Again, finally, when it's finally coming to that person the right way, when they can receive it the right way, they open their minds up and say, "Well, hey, something's wrong." Then they realize that they are toxic. Does a toxic person have the abilities to apologize for what they've done?
Oh yeah, they apologize all the time and keep doing it over and over again. Yeah. There's going to be an apology.
There's going to be an apology. Brenda says narcissists don't recognize. All these words is fucking me up. Narcissists don't recognize. But thank you, Brenda. Hey, what's going on, Lewis Black now? Let's go on. That's a good question though, Gina. Let's move on. So say you're out with the boys, out with the girls. Y'all having a good time. Everything's cool. We out there chilling. You look at your watch. Let's keep it 100, y'all. If you're in a committed relationship, you got a curfew. So my question is, should a man or a woman, and before we go to that, Tina James says they don't realize they're toxic. Me.
Wow, now.
Wait, I had to read that again for myself.
All right.
Anyway. I don't know what to say after that one.
I'm not going to say anything. Okay. Angie says, I address and discuss it, and if they're interested in changing, we're good. If they don't, then it's done. Absolutely, Andrew. I agree 100% with you. Like I said, we stay out, we out. Everybody, you know, I'm not gonna call it a curfew, but I'm gonna call it respect, a time for respect. Um, does a wife or a husband have the right to lock either one of them out of the house for coming home late? Y'all quiet. Listen to y'all quiet.
I want somebody to answer that.
I don't think they have a right, like, especially
No, no, they don't have
not
no
a right.
If they're toxic, yes.
No.
This is a whole different question.
If they're toxic, yes.
This is a whole different question. We're not
You
talking.
I know it's a whole different question, but if
being
they're
in a
toxic,
toxic
yes.
relationship, you know something like this gonna be bound to happen. You know he done came in before late.
Yeah,
or she done came in before late.
And you said,
no.
I agree.
If I gotta get you to that house, you're not locking me out. Period.
So you out partying, huh?
I'm just saying, you know.
You out partying, Mercy.
You out partying, you may get drunk. But see, here's the thing. You're late, but is he or she going to give you an opportunity to say why you were late? There may have been a reason. You may have got a flat. You may have.
Usually is a reason.
You know what I'm saying? You may have got a flat. Maybe you're a little tipsy and you couldn't drive home at the right time. Okay.
You know, like Maurice said, I think he just said normally, if you're getting locked out, that's not the first time.
Right.
And there's already been conversation about that previously. And I would think that if you're being locked out, you're at the fed. The other person is at the fed up moment at time at that
Absolutely.
Point. So
hey,
this Tina James. This is my phone number, my new number.
Tina James has a new number. I'm not putting it out there like that, okay?
Don't put it out there.
Hey, Tina, we hear you.
What you joking on?
Toxicity?
You're there. Everybody say hello to Tina James.
Hey, Gina.
Hey, Tina.
You know I had to speak on that toxic.
Go ahead. What's your thought?
Toxic men, toxic people, I don't think they really realize that they're toxic. They always think they're right. They're going to blame the other party for their behavior.
Narcissist too.
Narcissists too. But they're in between the same though.
In response to the staying out and locking person out, Darian says, it sounds immature. The number of people staying out all night. Have you been in communication with your significant other throughout the evening? Is it something you do regularly? Where are you? I'm at the casino many nights. That's a good question. If you know that it's about that time, are you in communication?
Right. That's respect, though. That's just respect. I mean, I understand somebody said that it may be a flat tire. You may have lost track of time. But at the end, the moment that you realize that, you got a flat tire or the time has gotten away, that phone call will make a difference.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's true. Communication.
Thank you.
Byron says, sometimes those damn side pieces don't wake you up on time.
You know what?
Well, then you deserve to get locked out.
But you don't side piece just keeping them out anyway, okay? But I'm with Darian. It is a bit immature, okay? Because you do have to respect that other person.
Yeah.
Angie says respect is key, and your phone works. Ain't like we running out of minutes no more,
Right?
Phone works.
Because before that was I ran out of my free minutes.
Yeah, I used to use that. I couldn't stop it because my minutes was out. I told you I only had 3 minutes left. I didn't go through the store.
No, pagers were the thing right there.
Yeah.
Pagers were the.
It's all a matter of respect.
It's a matter of respect, okay? And
it is.
Darian's comment is correct, okay? You know the time that you're getting ready to it's getting to that I call it the curfew time. Call your sister and let them know you're going to be a little late. You know what I mean? Talk to them. That's crazy. Darian says my phone went dead. It's good. Well, yeah. Now, see, that's the other thing too. Your phones can die. You can charge the battery, but that's only gonna be good for a little while. Next time y'all have that conversation, okay, make sure your phone is charged. Okay.
Well, you know what to get him for Father's Day? They have those phone chargers, you know, little pocket ones.
Y'all hear her? Can you guys hear her okay?
Mm-hmm.
Can you guys hear Tina okay?
We can't hardly hear you okay.
Right.
Okay, I'm good. I'm good with that, Gina.
I'm gonna tell you, I don't agree with locking a man out of the home, though. I'm being honest. I just feel like, I mean, things do happen. It just depends on how often it happens. But I don't believe in that. I mean, not if you want your marriage to work or you want your relationship to work. And communication is key. I mean, it would be nice if he had respect for you to call and say something, but the phone can die. It happens.
It does.
You use it as an excuse, and it's happened continuously. There's a problem.
I'm gonna be a fly in the ointment here. It does happen, but I mean, when you be an enabler by not saying anything and just letting them roll in the crib,
Don't keep happening.
You know what? I gotta apologize. Can y'all hear me a little bit better now?
Still low.
Still.
Well, that's probably that's the sexy voice.
Whoa.
Y'all should know better than that. All right, it's
Well, I just think like not so much in enabling him and his bad behavior is basically communication. I would want to know why. I mean, I would like to know his reasoning why.
Okay.
I think any woman would, or
She says she thinks.
I believe anyone would want to know, male or female, why, if you were out really late, what's going on.
Right.
So basically, just have that respect. Have the respect for your significant other. You got to go home. Andy says, can't hear you. See, Gina, look what you started. Oh my God.
I didn't start it, you did.
You can hear me now, right?
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Actually, the question was basically if you're out and it's time to come home, should your significant other lock you out? That was the question. You should be able to hear me now. When she comments, take her off.
No, all of it didn't come up. Only half of what I typed came up.
I read everything. Y'all know this.
Wait, Maurice, man, you like wait, what?
I just called it. I'm like
everything.
I'm like, what is it? Then I looked. I'm like, oh.
I'm just saying, y'all
not so private conversations.
So private chat here when I'm on the air. Y'all want me to get off? I can get off.
There.
Guilty. She's done this, and she laughs. You know, Ashley's getting ready to do something great as well. Okay. And Gina says it's Tina's phone. When she comments, put her on mute. When she comments, take her off. That ain't what it really meant. She meant just hang up on you. That's what she meant.
No, I did not.
It's over. She said, "What, Tina? I'm gonna hang up on you." Okay. Amina says, enabler. I agree with. What's the chances of him or her really telling you the truth as to why they didn't call? The comment is based on if this happens all the time. You know, I'm gonna have to. Who's Amazing Grace at att.net? Is that you too, Tina? Tina.
Yes.
Amazing Grace.
Yes, that's me.
Huh?
That's me.
You just
There we
got
go.
alias. I think you probably they probably talking you right now. The police probably looking for your ass. She
Well,
got.
you gonna tell them where she at?
I'm gonna tell them exactly where she at. The hell over my line. Dang. Now I've got some other. I got all kind of phones going off here. I'm sorry. Hey, look. Again, Ashley Wright is getting ready to do some great things. All right. She's got a podcast. She didn't tell me the name of it yet, but it's coming up real soon, and it's going to be a continuous thing. So everybody, let's also support Ashley, and
Nice job, Ashley.
good thing. All right, Maurice, I'm gonna send you the her information so you can get this. Maurice is the king. I'm gonna tell you this. Maurice is the king of intros and outros, y'all. Okay,
intros and outros. Right.
You know, I can do some playing stuff. You know, some stuff that you can play at your wedding and this and that. Okay, but Maurice said if you want to get it crunk, see him. All right.
All right.
You want to get it crunked.
Nina says, but no, don't be locking people out. Absolutely, absolutely. And she also says, nice job, Ashley. All right. And she says, oh, thank you guys. Love y'all podcast. And we're going to love yours as well and support it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yes.
So let me add, dang, got all kind of eights on here. What is 888-8888-8888? That's a spam, right?
Probably.
Yeah,
that's a lawyer's office.
Is that what it is?
8888 is actually a lawyer's office here in Nashville.
Yeah, well, I'm clean. I ain't got no blemishes. All right. All right. This one is really short, but I think you guys can answer this. We're gonna try. Arian, I'm gonna need you on this. Ashley, you too. Is cheating generic? I'm sorry, did I say generic? My bad. Is cheating?
I'm like, what kind of question is that?
It's cheating and learned behavior.
I'm gonna tilt on that one, bro.
I'm sorry. Is cheating hereditary?
Hereditary. Oh,
hereditary.
Okay, you know what? That's a possibility. I think at some point, I mean, if you got a charismatic dad that was a cheater, some of these guys take after that stuff. I mean, some guys do.
I think cheating is a learned behavior.
Yes, I was going to say that.
If you got a daddy that's a player, you know, got 15 kids all over the place,
but that's not hereditary, though.
Yeah, that's more of a like she said, a learned.
It's just learned. Okay, all right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like that's my hero right there. So I want to be like him.
Right.
Wow.
So
I don't think it's hereditary.
Okay, it's not hereditary. I agree with the ladies.
I don't. I mean, so
okay.
I
go ahead, throw a monkey right in the
what you were saying at first, Maurice. I think a learned behavior from somebody that's been like that before, that's hereditary. It's what you want to do, but it's also embedded in you. Come on now.
But that's the difference between learned behavior and genetics and hereditary, because hereditary goes deeper than with genes. It's something that you can't stop. It's something that's going to repetitively happen. Learned behavior is something that you pick up and you see that they're getting away with it and it's cool and you kind of admire it and you want to take on that persona. But it's not genetic or hereditary.
So if dad did it, it's a guarantee that you're going to do it. It's not a guarantee that you do it.
No, because some people really saw. Okay, I'm giving an example. I actually saw my father do some things, you know, like that. And I don't care about saying it in the street because he's gone on to be with the Lord. But I mean, I still love him. But my brothers would never do that because they saw how my mom hurt. And he stopped after he felt her anger or hurt, but it happened. And so my brothers they just do not like that behavior because they saw how it hurt my mom. So then you have some kids, you know, it just depends. They may think it's cool, you know, it just depends on the actual child. They may, you know, had a little smooth little persona, you know, and they get that from dad and everybody else. Sometimes you train your kids in a certain way and the streets teach them something else. So I just think that it's not embedded that deep. It's not that deep. It's a choice.
And I'm in agreement with Tina because not even, you know, just with cheating and other things, that's like you can say, is alcoholism or is drug abuse genetic? Because it's not. It's a lot of kids when they see things that they know are wrong, they sometimes decide, hey, when I grow up, that's something that I do not want to do. Because like Tina said, with her brothers.
Yeah.
I choose to be like my daddy, so it's hereditary. I choose to be like my daddy.
It's your little smooth choice and your excuse for your behavior.
Oh, it's an excuse. An excuse. Oh, you need to watch what you say sometime, girl.
Well, I guess we need to start meeting the daddies.
I didn't say we. Okay, so let's get real deep now. We're getting real deep now. What was your first heartbreak like?
The first what?
Maurice, is that a sound effect?
No.
Maurice said, "Not me this time."
That's Tina's
like Gina. A half a dog is barking out there somewhere.
Whose dog is it? That's my little girl.
Shih
Tzu.
Shih Tzu. Bree says, I definitely agree with Tina. Doesn't matter what you teach your children. They can be influenced by their surroundings. Cool. What I said now is this. Let's get deep. What did your first heartbreak feel like? What was your first heartbreak?
Man, I gotta go
way
back.
I'm like, wait. Let me think on that.
Oh, my first heartbreak, I was 5 years old.
Oh, get out of here with that. I'm talking about a real one. Come on now.
No, I can remember it to this day.
This relationship.
You're talking about relationship romantic.
Okay.
He was my little boyfriend.
Oh, go ahead. On.
We used to sit on the curb and swing our legs.
And hold hands. I know.
He stole his sister's ring and gave it to me, y'all.
Damn. That sounded like that might have been something going wrong.
We were
later on.
outside playing, and I had on this ring. I was so proud. I wore that ring every day. And his sister looked at my hand. She snatched my hand. She said, "You got on my ring." I was like,
hey, Gina.
Leave it to me.
That sounded like that. You're going to have to start forgiving him from the beginning. It was going in the wrong direction.
That was my first heartbreak.
That was heart sick.
You never forget that, though.
Yeah.
Say hello to Karen Dad, everyone.
But seriously, my first heartbreak, I was a freshman. I was a freshman. And I was crazy. I don't know. You probably know Danny Viverette. Went to West Side.
What?
That was my first love.
What was her name? I missed it.
He was cheating on me with another girl named Gina.
Whoa. He was just lazy. That's all that was. He didn't want to have to remember another name. He was just lazy.
And I was hurt so bad.
Wow.
And I was prettier than her too.
Oh.
You don't tell nobody's name on here.
Sorry, I take it back.
No, that's okay, Danny. Karen says, I remember mine, but not a good story. We would love to hear it.
I know it, Karen, because it's in your book.
Wow.
Right?
I think I've said mine before. Would y'all want to hear about Danita Bohannon again?
Oh, Lord have mercy.
What?
Oh.
So, Danita, quit laughing. Danita, we went. I'm going to tell the story again. You said the first. That was my first heartbreak. All right. Karen, you know Danita Bohannon? Darian said, I know. She broke the code. Yes, she did.
No, we don't say names.
That's why I went on and said Danita Bohannon.
That's her name. But that's her name.
Funny. That is her name. But you did it already. Darian said, I'm not telling mine, but you all know him. I know him, Darian. I know him. But look, for those that don't know, I told the story before. It really crushed my heart. Danita Bohannon she was a new girl at school. She was a new girl at school. And I was a player. Like my daddy, it was hereditary. I was the one that got Danita, all right? But little did I know. Well, let me tell you.
Wait, you got her?
What did you say? I got hurt?
You got her?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Oh, okay.
I did.
That's not the way the story went when we heard it the first time.
I'm going to tell the rest of it. So Danita liked Rufus and Chaka Khan, all right?
Uh-huh.
So
sweet thing.
I just happened to have a tape that had Rufus and Chaka Khan. She liked Hollywood. That song Hollywood. So we were going to the Museum of Science and Industry. I remember this like it was yesterday. And Karen, you don't know the story. She said, that's messed up when you can't impress the new girl enough to keep her.
Ooh.
Let me finish the story. So we were going and we were on the bus. We were holding hands. My dad had this tape recorder, brand new tape recorder, you know. Back in the day, it was a cassette tape recorder, okay? But I had the new style one. Instead of the press button, I had the one with the dial on it, okay? Play, bang. Okay.
High tech. Oh.
Me and Danita was listening to that, okay? I had a pocket full of batteries, too, y'all. I was ready, boy.
Dang.
I was like, Danita, you are not going to have to listen to
like
the bus.
Like the uncle say, no such thing as B batteries. They all D batteries.
Yes, sir. But
that's when you should have put the
So Danita and I, you know, we were cool. Little did I know, here's the part, that Danita was only there temporarily and she was getting ready to move the next week. Mom and dad just wanted her in school. She was going to move the next week. I didn't know this, all right? She knew, though. She should have told me.
But you fell in lust.
I fell in something, okay? Anyway, I think it was 2 weeks later. 2 weeks later,
Tina, he fell in lust.
Danita asked me, could she keep the tape recorder overnight and this and that, okay? And it was cool, but it was my dad's. So I always made excuses to my dad. But she kept it. Next thing I know, Danita wasn't coming to school. And I'm like,
got it.
I'm like, Kara said, where are my boots?
the poop is deep.
Long story short, Karen, if that is your real name, Danita took the tape recorder. I ain't seen her since. All right, but I did find her on Facebook.
Got him.
I found her on Facebook, and Danita, if you're watching, again, as I say it all the time, I want my damn tape recorder back. Okay, don't get your ass whooped. All right, there is.
You had to pay for a time,
was she
but
married or something, man? Was she married?
No, you had to pay for a
got
time.
10 sons or something.
Danita, if you're watching our show, please contact one of us other than Greg on the show so that we can surprise him and get you on the show.
Yeah.
Says Carmen came in the
tell him you saw her so he can move on.
and show him the cassette.
You don't know me like that, all right? You got FOMO. You got FOMO. She got FOMO, y'all. I'm counting them, all right?
Okay.
I'm counting them. That's one. We get to something else. You in trouble. All right, but let's does anyone else have a story? Marcella, I know you probably got one.
I can't even think back. I really can't.
You've never had your heart broken.
No, I'm not saying. I just can't think of one offhand right now.
She just don't want to share. That's what it is. Because it's coming from the white community. I get it.
But you need to cut it out, mate.
Thank you, Maurice.
Karen said she'll probably tie me up in a knot. Tina, you got a story? Your first heartbreak?
My first heartbreak was in
yesterday. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh wow, no, because I'm not dating right now. My first heartbreak was in school, in high school. 12th grade. Yeah.
That's it. You don't want to elaborate. What happened?
Dating time. No more. It was hard. It was bad.
What was his name?
Darren Vincent.
Dang, you told his name. Too.
I know him. Oh my God.
You know him? Yeah, you might be related though. He's French though.
You said y'all was related.
She may be related. He's French and
Creole.
But yeah,
we don't all know each other.
You don't. Yeah.
Can't.
But
it ain't nothing you been.
It was just a heartbreak. We were supposed to have gotten married. We actually had a son together.
Wow.
Out of when I graduated, he went to the Navy, and we were supposed to have gotten married, but he came home. We were planning the wedding and everything, at least I thought. But then so we had a date, and we were supposed to go somewhere. That is Miss Vincent's son.
Is he from Northwest Indiana?
No, he's from Baton Rouge.
Okay. Oh,
that was your first.
They called him Diggy Doo. He was but anyway,
Hold up.
Anyway, we were supposed to have gotten married.
Wait.
Name.
Hold up.
Open up a can of worms.
Diggy Doo.
Hold up. So you dated somebody named Diggy Doo.
Oh yeah.
Why did they call him Diggy Doo?
I don't know. I think because he was a real good drum major. He danced real well.
That make no sense.
He was like Diggy Doo. You know, it was cool. It was one of those names. It's just like one of the things. The girls liked it. I did too. But anyway, we were supposed to have gotten married. He went off to the Navy, came back, and was planning the wedding. So I thought. And then he was supposed to have went to, well, he told me he wasn't going to the Southern and Grambling game. And they were actually playing in Texas. And so I was actually at work one day, and then they had called me and said that he was in a bad accident and that he passed away. Don't do that.
Don't do what?
Don't put that name out.
That's your new name.
I'm just kidding. But anyway, he had passed away. But lo and behold, at the funeral, I found out he had already gotten married.
Oh.
So that was heartbreaking.
Did he go to Southern?
Huh?
Did he go to Southern University or Grambling? Did he go to school there? Oh, he went to Southern
University.
Okay.
See, I bet Terry knows.
McKinley too.
She said Southern. Diggy Doo said Southern.
There.
Don't put my name. Please.
Diggy
Don't
Doo.
do
special.
Diggy Doo.
Okay, Greggy.
Oh,
Greggy.
Oh, that's great. Did you give it to me?
Still humiliating. Yeah. So anyway, that was my heartbreak, and it was really bad. So
yeah,
it took me a long time to snap back from
that.
That's
Deep, sister.
Yeah.
So it was my first boyfriend. I couldn't date during high school. And he was actually my first boyfriend.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good for you. Ninjas ain't no good, Karen Days.
So, anyway,
I know what you mean by ninjas.
I'm sorry to hear that, though. That's terrible. So, what lessons did you learn from a disastrous relation, from a heartbreak? What lessons did you learn of what not to do?
I'm gonna be honest with you, because that was my first relationship. I really can't say I learned anything. I can't say that. No, I didn't, because even though I was wiser with I was wiser with asking more questions and maybe being a little bit more nosy. But I don't know if I really learned anything but hurt. All I learned was hurt, like abandonment.
First pain.
I felt abandoned, and I felt alone. I felt betrayed. And those are the things that I had to deal with over the time. But it took me some time, prayer, and just talking to the older people and getting rid of some, just basically finding myself. But that's the only thing I'm telling you that I gained from that. And that's the truth.
Hearing your story.
It made my heart hurt real bad.
Hearing your story, Tina, the lesson that I think that you should have learned was, date somebody with a real name. I mean, Diggy Doo ain't happening, man. Okay, you dating somebody named Diggy Doo? Come on, really? Karen says she was young.
Mm-hmm.
Date somebody without a nickname. How about that?
Okay.
Okay. Gina, what did you learn from your experience, or did you learn anything?
They were so young.
I know. You can't even think about if it was a life lesson there, because I was young too. So I knew that I wasn't tolerating anything, because I dropped him once I found out he was dating Gina.
The other Gina.
Boy,
The segment continues. He didn't have to remember another name. You know
You'll
why?
never mess up on them two people's names.
Never, ever, ever.
Hey Tina,
Gina, what? Gina, what?
Darian asked, did you say you two share a son?
Yes.
Is he in the son's life?
He passed away.
He's deceased. He died Darren died when he was 24 years old.
Just gonna put me out there like that. I didn't hear that part. I'm sorry.
2 days before his birthday.
Wow.
And he died.
I'm sorry, go ahead. Going in.
Oh, okay. I thought you were asking me a question. But no, yeah, he died young, really young. So
Darian said her life lesson was to stay away from bad boys. It took her. Karen says, well, at least he was clever, Gina.
Right, Karen.
Karen says, so sorry about that.
That is sad. And you know what? The saddest part is you couldn't confront him. I'm sure it was questions that you didn't get answered. You know, that's probably spent your head around.
It was a lot.
Tina, you okay?
It was a lot.
Okay,
I'm good.
Yeah, she all right.
I think
Tina's a turtle. She got a hard shell.
I think it's more it has is even though my son is 36 now.
Oh, you want to get that?
And even though
you get that?
I think it has some bearing on him though. No, that's my sister.
I was just saying, you want to get that?
No, I'm good. So I think it basically affected him more than it did. I mean, it affected me a lot, but through time, I just learned to deal with it, and I found my own reason. And through prayer and just having that type of background and family, it helped me a lot. But for him, I think it did a lot of. To me, it messed up a lot with him because he was still old enough to remember some things. Well, I mean, some of the little things I was surprised he even remember being that young. But and I think it was a reason too. My mom spoiled him a lot, and he shouldn't have. You know, a lot of stuff he got away with that he shouldn't have gotten away with. And he always talk about he wish he had his dad, but he looks just like him. So it's like, okay,
you got him. You got him.
Yeah.
Hey, Darian also says it took her a few more boyfriends to learn it. Darian, I can't see that though with you. You know, Darian, you probably the one that was turning them away. Darian was a beautiful girl in high school. Not saying that she's not beautiful now. I'm just saying, back in high school, she's a beautiful girl, and I can't see her going through no problems. Okay, she could turn them down left and right if she wanted to. So let me ask another question. What is something that you guys may have been taught or you believed in relationships, but as you grew up, you no longer do?
You mean about your parents? Something that your parents was teaching?
I'm saying anything that you thought, you know, that you had this preconceived notion that, you know, when I get into a relationship, it's going to be this way, it's going to be that way, it's going to be that way. And you get into a relationship, nothing like you thought it was, you know. What are some of the things that you thought a relationship would be like, but it wasn't?
With me, I thought the relationships that were around me seemed that they were just all, you know, smooth and like really no real problems. So, you know, things that, you know, how you hear a lot of marital discord. I didn't see that really with my grandparents. My mom and dad were divorced and my dad got remarried, but he and my stepmom was always in my life. So I didn't even see the discord between, you know, a lot of times you see the first wife and second wife bickering and arguing. My sister and I didn't have any of that. So I always thought that it was just so, you know, like, oh, it's just going to be all, you know, smooth, and relationships really take work. I didn't, you know, see all of that. Again, the negativity where you had to work. Now, as a grown, as an adult, you hear stories later and it's like, wow, that was going on. Well, that was going on. And, you know, you just didn't, for me, I didn't see all of that. So that was kind of like a rude awakening in getting in relationships and then dealing with the BS with some relationships.
Let me read Karen's comment here. concerning the previous question. Yeah, boys need their father. That was probably devastating, Tina. Men need to come to the realization that they need to seek counseling from trauma. Absolutely. Darian says, beauty means nothing. Ask Kobe or Jay-Z. He also says, to say, have a man that loves you more than you love him. I agree. I totally agree with that. And it's vice versa too. Have a woman that loves that man the same way.
You know, that's so true. If you think about what she just said, you will not, either one of you, if you believe, both of y'all believe that, I mean, y'all are feeling that the same way, you would not say nothing stupid toward each other, you know, or do anything. Those little childish things wouldn't mean anything. And that's what I used to say, earlier when we talked about relationships, those things right there, you don't use those bad words to each other because you love each other too much, you know. I mean,
So, go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. That you love each other too much to use bad words toward each other, and you know that's a very, very, very true statement.
So is Darian saying what her mom said, to have a man that loves you more than you love him? That she doesn't believe that can happen? Is that what she's saying?
In a healthy way, she says. So,
Well, and my question is, I guess my big thing in my mind is, so do you believe that that it's wise to marry young?
I got married young.
That it's wise to marry. I believe it's wise to marry when you feel it's time.
Ready. I mean, I thought I was ready. You know, I was a green 19.
I was married, and nope.
I was a green 19, and you know, I thought I was grown. You know,
I'm asking because I was there, and
you got married. Did you get married?
Who, me?
I've been married before. Yes.
I've been married 7 times. Okay, and
not no 7. One.
You got to start asking yourself a question after 17.
I've been married once, and
I have been married 7 times. No, I haven't been married 7 times. I'm joking.
I was gonna say that's a lot of times.
You can see me like I missed some of them. Okay, I know that.
I just think if you can marry when you feel that you and your partner are ready. You know, it's I don't think there's a age limit to marriage.
Yeah, but at a young age, you don't know how to sustain that marriage, though.
I mean, we stayed together
I stayed married a long time, though.
Stayed married for 10 years.
I think we failed each other. I think we failed each other. I'm not gonna blame him. I don't blame him, and I'm not gonna blame myself. I'm gonna blame both of us. I'm gonna say that we both failed each other.
Immaturity, and
yeah,
it's not a lack of love, or anything, or it was just immature.
And also, I think that.
Shout out to Steve and Karen. They've been married forever.
Forever.
Right? That's okay.
How many years is that?
Well, they dated in high school. And they're still together.
I was married 33 years.
43 years.
So that's why I'm afraid to get out here and date.
I've been
married for a long time.
You know what? Let's hold up. Wait a minute. Let's redirect, regroup, and refocus. We need to hear some life coaching. Do we have something from our life coach, Jeff Rutherford?
Absolutely not. We don't. All right. So.
Okay, then I will do some life coaching today.
Do some life coaching.
For all of the couples out there, or the people that are looking to be in a committed relationship, make sure you respect each other. Make sure that you're always honest with each other. And before you get into a relationship, make sure that you're whole and you checked out your baggage. And make sure that you have no baggage bringing into the relationship. Because if you're not whole yourself, you cannot be any good in a relationship with someone else.
All right.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
That's reposition, regurgitate, and rethink.
That's awesome. I like that.
Thank you, Tina.
Good advice, and I'm going to take that on.
Thank you, Tina.
Let's read some of these comments here. Darian says, people marry young and many stayed married because it was what we're supposed to do. Cultural normal. Karen Dade says, It's per person. However, I do believe that there are levels of maturity that needs to be reached, and life needs to teach you some things. Yes, yes. Amina says maturity matters. I'm gonna let her finish. Maturity matters.
Maturity.
I'm sorry. That's what I said, didn't I?
Maturity.
No.
I like.
Anyway, Darian says norms have changed. Now, I wouldn't suggest getting married now. She would suggest getting married young. Cara says, "Amen, Marcella." I told you
Thank
that's
you, Cara.
reposition, regurgitate, and just get it out the way, and revoke her privilege to do it. Okay, all the re's. We got you. All right. Darian says her grandmother married at 14. Her grandfather was 25, and they stayed married almost 70 years.
Wow.
Right, okay. My mom and dad married as teenagers. Okay, and before my father died, they were married 61 years.
You know what though? Back in the day, that's what we did.
That was totally
It
different.
matters.
It's two whole people to make one. And
You got to remember a few things back in the day. You know, like those relationships that lasted 70 years. The only person they knew was the person they was with for that 70 years. That was it. Now, you know, we know folks before we get married. You know, we done been with Johnny, Sue, and all that. Everybody done been with somebody else before they got married, so they know a different flavor. Back in them days, right,
Two more
right.
quick comments, then I'm gonna let you say something, Marcella. Karen says it's the old school culture, though. And, you know,
It needs to come back, though.
times have changed. All right.
Yeah.
Darian says that people don't act like they need each other, so many marriages don't.
That's true.
Don't lie.
Well, I asked a young lady today, and I was like, okay, so just asking questions about, because I knew we were going to talk about relationship, and I asked her, I said, what do you think about dating and relationships nowadays? And she said, well, she doesn't believe that men are looking for, like, she says, when you were married, things are different. I would have suggested you staying unhappily married. She said, because what the way you are and your thought process is not the same as what's out here. She said that men are not out to marry, to build a family and love. It's sex and combining money.
You know, and that's not all
So I
people.
was like,
And
wow.
I would never advise anyone to stay in an unhappy marriage if there's abuse, because sometimes there can be different type of abuse, whether it's physical, spiritual, mental, or emotional abuse. But back in the day, as a young person, you were out working. You were doing a lot of things that adults do now, but our young people now, they're so spoiled. They don't know a lot like the people back in the day that used to get married, like our grandparents and great grandparents, when they were getting married younger. And the times have just changed. Times have changed with that.
Yeah,
That was scary. I was like, oh Lord.
I don't see a problem with again anyone getting married when they both feel like they're stable enough financially, mentally, spiritually. If they're this, you know, they want to get married when they're young, that's fine. Okay. Sometimes, as everyone said, it lasts. Sometimes it doesn't. No, but that's an individual choice.
Yeah.
Always an individual choice. So, you know, God bless you guys. If you guys are getting married at 13 and 14, you know, hey, have y'all time.
Yeah.
In your relationships, guys, who do you think is more trusted, you or your mate?
When you say trusting, what do you mean, Greg?
Who doesn't be like, well, who was that bitch? You know, who's the one? Who is the one that doesn't get jealous? Who's more trusting of the other?
I don't. We don't have any jealousy.
Yeah,
So we don't. I mean,
Yeah.
that's one thing we don't have to worry about is jealousy.
Yeah.
There's none in our relationship. So
that's good.
I would have to say
That's a waste. That is
That's
a waste.
good. It's waste
I
of
think,
energy.
and I think that comes with maturity. You know, you get to a point where you feel like, okay, if you want to be with somebody else, then you be with that person, and you can accept that. As when you were younger, it's like, well, what you doing with her? And
Yeah.
it comes with
You trip.
maturity.
Yeah, it does.
Right.
Oh, it comes with a relationship too, Jenny. You think about it. I mean, me and you both. You know, you were in a long marriage before. You know, And I've been in a long marriage. I mean, we've been married for 30 years. Well, we've been together for 30 years, married for 25. And I think the biggest thing that I could pass on, if I was going to pass on something, is, trust is a trust without a doubt. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff. You don't have to worry about, you know, what who's doing what. I can go to the store and come back, and she can go wherever the heck she want to go and come back. You ain't got to worry about none of that stuff. You mature, and trust is there.
Hey, Karen says, I wish there was a detox cleaner I could use to poop out relationship. She also says there's no real honor now. People get married just to have a wedding, but no clue about marriage.
Or just money. Yeah.
That's a really good statement.
It's really hard work. It's not easy. I'm just fortunate that when my marriage ended, that we didn't end enemies. It was understood that, of our failures, and we were friends first, and we're still friends. So
That's
I was just fortunate of that.
I'm gonna tell you, my son's mom.
But I never wanted to be this age dating.
My son's mom allowed me to.
It's superstars out there. They're gonna come see you. It's superstars out there. They're gonna come see you. Don't worry about it.
My son's mom allowed me to continue to have a relationship with my son and to raise my son. A lot of people use the kids as a tool,
right?
This and that, okay. But my son's mom, I got a shout out to her. She gave me the opportunity when I was an ass. She gave me an opportunity to raise my son. Though I'm not gonna lie, I was an ass, but I thank her, and I love her tremendously for giving me the best gift I've ever had in my life, and that's my son, and making sure that I was employed for now 27 years raising my child. You know what I mean? So that's the best job I ever had. So shout out to her, and I thank her very much for that.
But Greg, it's
that's a blessing.
Your mate was exactly a blessing, and it's very rare, bro. Because
it is.
You got sisters that would take the kids and beat the dude over the head with it financially, emotionally. I mean, you are blessed. You are very blessed.
Yeah.
Wasn't always, but like I said, I was an ass. Okay, Karen said it's garbage out here. The men I mean don't know what they want.
Karen, it's not garbage out there.
And they are 50 and up already.
It seems like it. But I'm telling you, when you meet somebody, and man,
you can you don't want to take what she said literally, but it is. You have to deal with a lot of knuckleheads before you get
almost
to someone.
Mr. Oscar, I'm telling you,
you get to a point where you forget dating. Let me just be alone.
Yeah, when you're older, you go through that, and I think a lot of that is because a lot of and this is male and female. They've been married, some for long lengths of time.
And the BS media is
they've had their children, they've raised their children, their careers, and things like that. So now it's like, oh, I've gone through all that. Now this is playtime. I want to, some of the guys, they're, getting older, and they think that if they get a younger girl, that means that's going to make them younger or make them look better.
You think that's true, though? You think that's what they do?
For some, looking for the freak train.
It's in the mindset of some men.
They're looking for the freak train. They're looking for the freak train.
Like I said, there's like what you guys are speaking of, and the caliber of men that you guys are. That's not out there in them streets.
You know what? They're good men out there, and they're bad men out there, just like they're good women and bad women. It's just what you're looking for, what you're putting out there as well. Where the places that you're going. Also, if you're like over 50 and you're in a club, looking. Not unless it's like a stepping set or something for older people. That's a little different, That's something, that all you guys are for them that they like to do. But it just depends on what you're putting out there.
Yeah.
What you might be attracting.
Yeah.
Okay, Greg, what? You got that look.
Well, I mean, I don't. You guys just mentioned something about that. I called it the May December. Okay, older man with a younger woman. Y'all think something's wrong with that?
It
He's
depends.
drawn
I
to
would say it
that.
depends on the age. If you're old
So
enough to be that woman's dad, that's to me that's a little crazy.
And then my thing is, okay, so you
Well,
have older men with younger women, but if you see a older woman with a younger man,
They living too crazy.
yeah,
but why?
I don't know.
You ain't say
But
it like that.
it seemed like a lot of young men approach me, and I'm like, oh my God, my son would kill me. Okay, no, thank
Why
you.
isn't it about what you want?
I don't want a young man like that.
You don't want no boy.
No, I need a man.
Damn. You ain't say it like
You
that.
heard it. And
It's
she
a
put the
lot I
deep,
have not
she put
learned.
the
I've
deep
been with
voice
the
on it
same
too.
man for 33 years.
She
And
said
then
I
sometimes
want a real man to teach me.
Mine.
Karen says it's emotionally exhausting. It's a needle in the
It
haystack.
is. It is.
Byron says there are too many energy vampires of both genders.
Yeah, true. There he is. I've
That's
heard
good,
some
Byron.
stuff about some females
I
too.
tell you, after my first marriage
Oh
went south.
Lord.
My first marriage went south. When I got back out there, I'm gonna tell you, I started getting my tail and my ears. I was getting a doggy. I was acting like a dog.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So I guess the first question you probably should ask, okay, so how long have you been separated? Is it? I mean, because you're saying that if they just getting out of a relationship, they're probably just like trying to experience things that
They're just trying to get
I'm
the
gonna say
boom.
this: it's not all men.
Right.
I
Exactly.
think it believes it, yeah, because I know some that've gotten out of a relationship and straight into another one.
Yeah.
Is that a problem? See,
I
a
think
lot of people talk about,
It only becomes a problem when it's a problem for them. I mean,
wait a minute. Hold on. Get out. They say get out of one relationship, get into another. But then people judge them and say, well, hey, you didn't even get time. You didn't even give it time. You didn't even have time for yourself and this, that. But do you really have to wait? Do you really have to wait?
I don't think you have to wait. It depends on the person. And it depends on the relationship that you were in.
I think you got to heal.
Yeah.
I think you need to heal.
Heal what?
I mean, it depends. It
I mean,
like I said, it depends. It depends. A lot of people get mad at me because when my ex left, the paper was dry. 6 months he was with another woman. I'm not mad. I sat at the wedding and laughed. How y'all doing? Yay, come on. I'm not getting. I don't have the time to be angry because anger brings on other spirits that I do not want to
health issues
even
and
try to
everything.
absorb. So I accept that, and I felt like he preserved me for the right man, and it just was time for those years weren't bad years. They weren't bad. We didn't have no fights and fuss and stuff. We just grew apart. We were friends. We felt more friends than we did married. I mean, we did what we had to do to raise kids, and it just was it was a common, I mean, just a collaborative thing. We didn't want to damage what the friendship we had. We didn't want it to grow into hate. So he went that fast, but I mean, I was like, whoa, I was like that, but I was like, okay. So I said, are you okay with that? He says, yeah, I'm happy. I said, well, sure, go for it.
I'm in agreement with
because I can't fight. I don't know why he would do so. I can't say anything about it. I don't know, because there's another thing. He was with me that many years, but did he really love me like he should? You see what I'm saying? So we may have just been, we were friends first, and we just probably I was in love with him, but I had to come to terms with myself that if I continue to hold envy and moist within me, I'm going to become a bitter woman. I have a lot of me, and I have a lot of love to give. So I'm not going to let him just no failure or something like that dictate how I'm going to continue to be. Because he apologized. He said, I'm sorry. I took you for granted, and I'm sorry for all I've done. And I accepted it. I just feel
Tina,
like it was just.
So Tina, so you moved on from that?
I had no other choice.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not in a relationship. I chose not to be.
Okay.
But Emotionally, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Marty should be back. He had to answer the door.
Greg, can you ask the question again? I forgot. I agreed with Jen about that. What the question was? I'm sorry.
Well,
do you need time to heal?
We're moving on. No.
Oh, okay.
Do you? I mean, what's this thing about having going from one relationship straight into another? Not necessarily straight into another, but a few months past and straight to another. Is there something wrong with that?
It may be a gender thing too, because
Hey, you-
females are a lot emotional than men. So we may need that healing process.
But we call that rebound.
Yeah.
True.
That was a rebound.
Real quick before you
I
answer.
hope not. I hope it's permanent because he ain't coming back here.
Oh.
Before you answer, Karen Day says, I have more success with younger men than older men. Most people carry baggage from one relationship to another. She also says, socially cultured, men are intimidated by a woman who's strong and independent, especially black men.
I believe that.
My little sister Cara says, with any trauma, healing is necessary. Carl says, if you got hurt bad, healing is required. But if you're wise, you leave before it's bad. Then you're prepared to move on already. Recognize the signs for people to avoid mess. If you see the red flags, run. And I was going to ask, what are some relationship red flags? But we'll get that on the next time. Marcy, you want to make a comment?
Okay. I agree. I was going to say that I do agree with Gina that I believe you need to take time to heal, whether you feel it was your fault or the other person's fault for the breakup of the relationship. Because if you were in a committed relationship for any point of time, that means that hopefully that you really care for that person. And it shouldn't be that easy just to jump right into another relationship.
You're saying easy. You're saying it shouldn't be that easy. But maybe this person desires to be with someone. They are somewhat healed. I mean, you're saying easy. It's
Somewhat,
not that.
What do you mean somewhat healed?
Somewhat healed. Maybe they're prepared, just as Carla said. You prepared. You've already prepared yourself, because there are signs that come up, flags that come up that you say, well, hey, this is not going to work. Okay, you try to wait. You see that it's not going to happen. You're prepared already. All right. So you're saying, it's not good. I'm not getting what you're saying.
Could it?
But
be,
we really don't know the depths of a person's mind.
Hold on, Tina.
Could it be something within you, as part of the reason why the relationship is not working? It might not. 9 times out of 10, it's not just the one person. It's two. It's the way that possibly you're reacting to certain things that are going on. It's normally not just the one person.
Because that's what I said. We failed each other because there were things that I accepted in the relationship. There were things that I did in the beginning that I would never do again. But with that and the type of woman that I am, I think he took it for granted because I guess I was the brain behind everything. So I had I was just busy doing it. And so I tried to, I accepted him for how he was. And there was some things that I didn't like, but I just accepted it. I just accepted
it. That goes back to the question. That goes back to the statements we were making earlier about accepting certain things.
Yeah.
Being an enabler for your mate. You'd be surprised how many women are out there that's like that. In those relationships, not necessarily abusive, but enabling the things that kind of make you're not happy in a relationship because of it, and you just continue to let it go.
Yeah, because you find other things to get yourself entwined in. And like I did, I used school. I had 3 daycares. I had 11 rental properties. I had an HVAC company. I had all kind of things going on. So I used all those things to keep me busy from worrying about that.
Yeah.
And so, and just one day the flood hit and it was like everything was gone. It was like, and the kids started leaving. And then when the kids left, and you started feeling the empty nest thing, and then you realizing that, you know what? You really been missing somebody that really love you. he has not even been here for you. You know, it's like,
I guess I'm built different, okay? Because and maybe men and women are different in their dating practices. I'm not. I don't worry too much about anything, you know. In relationships,
men do.
one of the last things that I'm going to worry about because, you know, and again, it goes back to some of the things that I've always said. Things happen, but you can't change it if it's already happened. You know, you either stay in that situation and wonder, why did this happen? Why did they do this to me? Or move on. And moving on takes away all of that.
Yeah, it does.
Better. It takes all of that mess away, all the toxicity, all of the problems, all of that stuff. It happened. It's gone now.
It's gone.
Why are we afraid to go forward? We can't be afraid to move on. I don't care if it's tomorrow or next week. You move on. Let it go, okay?
It's not afraid.
Sometimes people aren't on the same page, especially today. Communication is key. If the person's behavior is against your moral and ethical fiber, it's time to go quickly. Protect your heart first. What was you saying, Marcia?
It's not necessarily being afraid to move forward. It's just Wusan in between. Make sure to check. Hey, was there something that like I said before?
There you go, right there, Marcia. Sorry to interrupt you. You saying it? Was there something else? You're worried about what happened back then. Okay, it's gone. Why are we?
Because you might have been the problem in the relationship, and if you don't realize that you're the problem in the relationship, then you're moving into another relationship with your stank.
I respect that, but it's done. I respect that, but it's done. It's over. That's just the way I am.
Yeah,
it's
and it's different.
I'm good with that. Okay? I'm sorry. I'm sorry this happened. If I did anything in a relationship to make you feel bad and this and that, I apologize. Okay, that's the only thing I can do. The apology does not change the actions that happened before. Right? So I move on.
So you're missing what I'm saying. It's not necessarily as far as trying to mend your past relationship. It is let's take your previous person. Let's take your previous person out of the picture. It's you. Let's just look at you.
Okay, I can't change anything that I've done in the past.
No.
But you can change what's going forward, though.
But
exactly.
Let's say that you have a lot of stink on you, a lot of funk on you.
Okay, tell me about
it. Are you going to take time to think about? Okay, let's see. Okay, so what did I? Okay, so this is how I am. A, B, C, D. And
that's your opinion.
This is not.
That's your opinion.
No, I'm talking about you thinking about.
But what I'm saying, but that's your opinion. That would be the other person
of yourself.
That would be the. I'm not going to think that about myself. That's the other person's opinion of me that they've shared with me. This is why, and you got this stink on you and this and that. Okay, hey, look, I hear you. I apologize.
I'm not talking about what the other person thinks.
But Miss Marcy,
I'm not going to ever think.
Like this.
Are you going to ever think that you got a stink on you? I'm never going to think I got a stink on me. Okay, I'm not going to.
If you're being true to yourself, okay, most people, some people at times, and I am one of them. What was my part in this? Whatever that didn't work. Okay, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So what was my part? Is that something in me that maybe I need to change, or you know, or whatever, or is this something? Okay, you know what? Maybe I was very argumentative all the time in this relationship.
Okay, that's
maybe
great.
I was very negative in this relationship. You know what? So let me. Okay, that's something I need to work on me. You know, and that's
called self-improvement.
Right, and so like she just said, Amina said, self-reflecting.
Yeah.
And so, okay, so this is something I need to work on to make sure that when I go into my next relationship, that maybe this is something I need to work on. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm not bringing.
Everybody's not perfect like you. I'm sorry.
I'm not saying I'm perfect. Okay,
and I think too, Miss Marcy, I think that it's a woman thing because I do that. I've done that, and it's our part of our healing process. It's a woman thing. I'm sorry. We're overthinkers, and a lot of us are perfectionists, and some of us really care about our character.
I'm not saying
if you don't care about your character, you're a woman. You be like, I'm whatever. Then I don't want to be with that one either. I would want to be with someone who wants to clean themselves up and and be that better person.
I am never going to say that I'm perfect, okay? But I choose to. This is just me. I'm not going to sit here and wallow in what happened. I'm not going to, you tell me this is what if we discuss, because most of the women that I've dealt with, we're still friends, okay? They've told me what happened. They've told me what I did in my part of the breakup. I agree with them. I totally agree with them. All right, but I move on. I'm not going to stay there and say, well, okay, well, if I do this, or you think maybe we can get back together. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that.
No, it's not about getting back together.
That's not what you're saying. I know that's not what you're saying. I'm saying, and you're missing my point. My point is, all right, if we stay in a emotion, you're never going to go forward. Okay.
No, it's only done for a period of time.
As Cara said, self-awareness. Be self-aware. All right. You told me already. So I'm aware already. You've told me this. So I'd be a fool to continue that action. I would say, well, okay, look, when I go into the next one, I'll be different, but I'm still going to be myself. I'm still going to be who I am.
And you want to be yourself.
I'm going to be myself, and I'm going to be who I am. And, this other person, that the traits, that the things that you said broke us up may not be the things that trigger this other person. All right. If I'm still, I'm going to be me. I'm going to strongly be me, but I'm not going to be like, well, what if I had did this, or what if I had did that? I'm not going to do that. All right. Because it's over. It's done. It's the past.
And the reason why I say it's a man thing, because you're not the first man that told me that.
And you're missing my point.
Move on.
I heard your point, Mark. I know your point. I know your point.
Your comment is totally off from what I'm saying.
Because you're not hearing what I'm saying either, okay? You're being hard-headed as far as what I'm saying as well, okay? It's because what you're basically saying is, once the relationship is over, do you take the time to think about, what did I do to make this happen? Okay, why is she or he saying this about me? Maybe I should look at myself. Wait, hold on, Marcy, you're shaking your head. Why should I look at? Maybe I should look at myself and see if that's something that I need to change. Okay, I understand all of that. Okay, of course you're going to say no. Of course you're going to say no.
I don't care about that other person right now. I'm not talking about that other person.
What did I just say, Marcy? I just said me. I thinking about what I
time to regroup, refocus.
What did I do?
Go ahead, Gino. What you say?
I'm good.
What did I do? Thank you. You should be good. Let me have the last word. Anyway, I win. Now.
Okay. You win. Go ahead. That's all you needed. You win.
But you're still talking, so you're trying to get the last word. Anyway, we had a great show.
Oh my goodness. No,
that's interesting.
Are you like that? Oh my God. Okay.
You don't know me.
But that's a man thing. I mean, I think because a lot of men are like that. And I just hope and pray that one day, even though we're like that, Miss Marcy, that we have a man that respects that sensitive side. And they can't tell me that they don't have a feminine side, because God would not have taken that rib from him and created us. And when man and woman come together, those two parts are joined together. So he should have that sensitivity again.
Okay, that's Tina's word. That's Tina's final word. Marcy, what's yours?
That's my truth, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, that's cool. It's yours, Marcy.
My final word is, it's okay to disagree.
Yeah. Don't wear this on your shoulder. We just talk show. Come on, man.
Mo B.
And my final word is, y'all kiss his makeup, please.
Why does everybody think I'm arguing? Hold up. Excuse me. Let me explain something.
Give me that big sugar.
I'll reach you too. This is not an argument, okay? We are a talk show that discusses, and we have varying opinions, okay? If we do not have varying opinions, we all think the same. We all think the same. See, Marcy falling into that too. This is not that type of show. I'm with Carl. Let it go, please. It's not that serious. We asked the question, we discussed it, and it's done. Gina, your turn.
I'm off mute. Don't forget to unmute.
Marcy, did I let you say what you had? I'm sorry, bro.
Oh, no, yeah. Good. I know this is a show. Right?
I got to understand. People out there, please, okay? We are going to get passionate about the comments, and we're going to disagree and agree to disagree, okay?
Agree to disagree.
It is not personal, all right? I am a comedian, so at the end of the day, I'm going to tell some jokes too, okay? I also play the devil's advocate on this, okay? So I'm not going to agree with everything they say purposely. purposely I'm not going to agree. So that's what makes the show dope.
Well, that's what's so good about relationships, you know.
And the
Just
views that
having-
are expressed on this Dope Living, I forgot what the hell it's supposed to be.
Views expressed on this Dope Living TV Live are not necessarily the views of Dope Living or its affiliates.
You missed it. Dope Living, you got to say it twice, okay? Cara says they're being entertaining also. Yeah, Cara, look, let me tell you guys, we love you guys, okay? Because you guys do keep us in check, all right? We just, sometimes we do go overboard, okay? I go overboard. I'll be the first one to admit it, all right? But it happened. It's in the past. I already did it already, okay? And now we're here, all right? Don't forget, look, we got a lot of stuff going on. See if I can run some of this stuff down. First of all, make sure you guys support Amina. I can get it up here, but I'll get it next time. We didn't support in her endeavor. She's got her beauty school. Make sure you guys support her. Ashley is getting ready to do a podcast. It's going to be huge, all right? And you support her. Dope Living TV Live is going to be moving to the Dope Living TV channel network. We got a lot of great stuff that's getting ready to come through. So make sure you guys tune in and support that. And, support positivity, all right? And support great relationships, okay? Make sure that these, we talk about a lot of things. Again, we did agree and disagree on some things, but at the bottom end of the day, it's about trust, love, and respect, all right? Make sure that you do that with each and every relationship that you have, whether it's a committed relationship between man and woman, business relationship, just regular relationships that you have. Respect that person, all right? And sometimes give people the accolades again, so that they can feel great about themselves. Like, Marcia, I love you. We always do this. Maurice, I love you. Tina, I don't even know your ass. Gina, I love you. Okay, but
Don't call me and tell me you're sorry.
But anyway, what
just a joke, you guys.
Well,
no, just a joke.
Alrighty then.
I don't call it, yo. It ain't like that. But anyway,
it's not like that.
Anyway, I hope we educated, entertained, and inspired people tonight. And tomorrow we got a special guest coming on tomorrow, some mother and daughter. We're gonna talk about some things. All right, great journey that they have, and definitely I need you guys to tune in tomorrow and check them out. All right. Until then, let me put some draws on.
For real.
He's a comedian.
Woo! Man, look what Maurice did for us. Y'all check this out.
Nice. Oh, that's nice.
Talent that we got on this show. Okay, again, we look. I'm just so proud of everybody on the show, man, because we have differences, different occupations, different successes, and we come together and do this. And now the Dope Living TV Network is going to do it for everyone else out there as well. So, man, stay tuned. There's a lot of great things that are going to happen. All right.
All right.
Great things that are going to happen. I want to leave y'all with this.
You're beautiful. You're smart. You're loved. This week we're great. You got this. You're a badass. You can do this.
Yeah, man, we did that in a while. Okay, it's Dope Living TV Live. Okay, we'll see you guys tomorrow. All right.
Peace.
Good night.